I had a rough life when I was a little hedgehog. My parents were abusive, and I always was bullied just because I loved doing things that other kids don't like doing. I was one of those kids that love watching old movies that took place in a gothic setting and science, but the other kids liked playing sports. I never liked having a friend in my entire life. I should introduce myself. My name is Oliver, Oliver the Hedgehog, and I never had friends. But whenever I tried to make friends, they always turned me down by leaving me to be very sad and depressed. But however, I was always good in school, especially in science. I was good when I was in college that someone gave me an internship for a job in a lab in London. Obviously, that was good with science, applied for the job. I live not far from London. Besides, I am a British after all. So when I got to my job, I worked alone, seeing my boss assigned me to work alone. So I did that what I could, just study on the job with some stuff and did some experience. But I also had bullies that would usually bully me to the point where I'm sick of it. Okay, I had enough of this crap, I yelled in anger. I even stormed out of the building in anger, seeing that I was bullied, and also I went home for ideas for experiments that I could use something against my bullies. Although I fought back to one of the ones of the Gothic movies I watched as a kid, that particular movie being Frankendaw Hedgehog. I had the bright idea what to do with the mad scientist that would bring someone back from the dead in a horrifying way. Except there'll be multiple people that it would be more of a zombie apocalypse. So I went to find some dead bodies in a cemetery near from the cemetery for an experiment. So I brought all the dead bodies to the lab, and what I could do to bring them back in a horrifying way was a success. But the other employees at the lab found me doing the experiment, and five of the most awkward soldiers, Winston and his wife Mistletoe, and his other three friends, Marty the Hedgehog, Maverick the Hedgehog, and Gizmo the Hedgehog. Luckily, I didn't have a gun on me and killed them all, leaving Winston and Mistletoe left while the zombies killed the other employees. After that, me and my zombies escaped out of England, and we kept walking till we found an abandoned house. It looked like a Gothic mansion. So I put the zombies in the basement, and didn't let them out until I had intruders. But the past years, I never had really any intruders till now. I saw 8 people being more suspicious. One was wearing red shirt and a hat and blue overalls. The one was tall, wearing a green hat and overalls. One was a princess. One was a green creature that looked like a dinosaur. One was a blue hedgehog. One was with a fox with 2 tails. A pink hedgehog and a red echidna. What are these fools doing in my home? I wondered to myself. Well, I'll make them think they'll stay the night, I continued. And that, my little pretties, was Mario and Sonic Adventures Through the Dead House, Oliver's Origins, or Oliver's Backstory, as I'm gonna put it. A Mario and Sonic game creepypasta written by Mario and Sonic fan. Mario and Sonic fan, I would like to thank you so much for the story. Now, my final thoughts on this story, I have to be honest, this was actually pretty interesting. This is actually explaining, how the zombies came to be and how, Oliver got his mansion and stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm a little tired. But I could definitely say this one was actually one of the good stories. I'm being completely honest. You did a pretty good job with this story. I can definitely say there was a lot of time and effort into it, Mario and Sonic fan. I actually found this story to be quite enjoyable. Now, I could definitely do appreciate was the concept of this. This is actually an interesting concept. I know not a lot of creepypastas do tend to do it nowadays, which I don't know why they don't do it nowadays, but they don't do it anymore, which kind of sucks in my opinion. But to be completely honest, I really found this story to be rather enjoyable and rather well done. I could definitely say that this story was actually really interesting and it was well done. Now, I did spot maybe a couple grammatical errors throughout the story. I think there was a few of them, but there was also, I think, 1 or 2 punctuation errors that I did spot in the story. So I kind of stuttered a little bit, but other than that, the story was actually really good. And I definitely have to say, there was definitely a lot of time and effort into the story. So that's a good plus that I can definitely say was that I really do appreciate the good grammar. Now, I could definitely say I actually found this story to be rather interesting, and I could see this being the case if they were going to make a Mario and Sonic game. But at the same time, I bet they'll get a lot of backlash if they were to do that. But that might be just me. But I don't know. I don't know. This is just a story, so I could definitely say it was rather good. What I do like about it was that it was very well detailed to explain about how Oliver came to be and why he was the way he was. Now, about him being bullied, this could be very, very. I would have to say, this is very possible. It could be very most likely that this could be the case. And if that's the case, that'd be really cool. But at the same time, it's really freaky. I could definitely say that. It's freaky as hell. But I definitely have to say, this story was actually really cool and amazing. I definitely have to say, Mario and Sonic fan, you did a really awesome job with the story. Now, that is definitely a good positive. I could definitely say when it comes to the story. So I could definitely say it's a really good story in my opinion. Now, what I could suggest what could have been better is maybe there needs to be just a little bit more detail in why what happened to, Oliver's parents. Were they proud of him for the things he did? Were they disappointed in him and etc. That way it would be a little bit more interesting to say the least, and it would be more interesting to, see because I would really like to see that in a story, and that would be really something if you could do that. That way it'd be much better in my opinion, and it would be quite interesting at this point, but at the same time, it's a pretty good story. I definitely have to say, Mario and Sonic fan, this story was actually really good and well made. I have to say, you do know how to make a really good story, and that is definitely a good positive that I could definitely say. Now, I have not watched Sonic in like a long time, so I don't really know much about Sonic too much. Like, I haven't played the Sonic games in years. But I could definitely say this story was actually really well done and really well made. There was definitely lots of time and effort into it. So that's actually one of the reasons why I actually like this story. Now, if you guys like this story, that's totally cool. And I highly recommend you check this story out. This is on Google Docs, by the way, if you guys are all wondering where I got this from. Because this is not like, this is not, well, I guess you could say it's not, at a store or anything like that. It's just being completely honest. But other than that, the story was absolutely amazing and really well done. So, I could definitely say this story was absolutely good. And I definitely have to say I highly recommend you check out this story. It's on Google Docs, so I'm sure my friend can maybe, put it in the comment section so that you guys can, have a look at it. So, yeah, just to be completely honest, it's actually really interesting to be completely fair. So, to be completely honest, if you guys like this story, I highly recommend you check it out. So, I'm going to say right now that this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of the story is a 9 out of 10. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because it's really well detailed, really well made, definitely time and effort into it, so I can definitely say that. But there's also some things that I can definitely say need to be fixed. Like, the few grammar errors need to be fixed up, along with some few punctuation errors. And there's also a few other, oh, sorry about that, I was really tired, and there's a few, things that could be added. Have it maybe add, why Oliver did the things that he did while he was bullied, were his parents happy about it, were they not happy, or etc. Because in that way it would be more easier and understandable, and not only that, the story would actually be quite interesting to say the least when it comes to that. So that's actually something that could be, completely honest when it comes to that. But other than that, the story was absolutely amazing, and I definitely have to say, this story was actually really good and really well made. Now, If you guys really like this video or a story, give it a thumbs up, leaving in the comments in the comment section down below, leaving links to what stories you want to see. And if you guys like this story, let me know. And to be completely honest, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Oh, and anyways, what did you all think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are on the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you like this episode or anything like that, be sure you leave a like in the comment. If you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like. Be sure you comment on the comment section down below. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, and I will be seeing you all in the next video. If you're new to my channel yet again, be sure to like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. Now, as always, I'll be rolling the outro, so I'm roll the outro because I'm out of here, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out.